Welcome back to the Breakpoint with Coach C. We back in the building. So check it. Welcome back to all new people and all the returnings. Welcome back as well. We have some big time bowling. I can see in our mini game that we have going on, Paulie is currently the winner yet again. Dude, he might end up. This is a 3 or 4 time champion for Paulie. I think this is number 4. One more, and we gonna have to do something special for him. And for everybody chasing Paulie, this week you got a little bit of competition. This week you're gonna have 2 Hall of Famers chasing you down. So I hope you're ready. And for everybody else, let's get this stepping. So, wanted to let everybody know I did some bar comparisons today. What's going on, Too Tall? Too Tall in the building. I did some ball comparisons today. I compared the Phase 2 to the Bionic, and I compared the Concept to the Shadow Tanks. As soon as I get off, those videos are already edited, glazed, stamped, and ready to be dropped. So as soon as I get off, I'll drop one, and then about 30 minutes later, I will go ahead and drop the other one so you guys will be able to watch it. 5 time champion, my friend. You wait, Paulie, you 5 time? I think you only 4 time. You could be 5 time. Ooh, Paulie, you the first 5 time champion. I think you're 4 time though. I got to go back and look, Paulie, but your championship belt, I'm pretty sure you're 4 time. But congratulations, Paulie, nevertheless. So I didn't recruit them. They've been part of it. They just haven't wanted to submit any scores. I mean, the reality is both of them are very, very humble people. Um, Doug and Drew are as humble and down to earth as you'll ever get. You if you walked into a bowling alley with them two in it, you wouldn't be able to tell that they were actually any good because they don't trash talk. They're not humble. They don't pound their chest like I'm the best in the world. Believe it or not, dude, they just show up and bowl. I mean, I have to give credit where credit is due. They're just really good. Pretty sure it's 5 times. More competition is best. It is competition. The more we got is best for everybody. So that's actually factual. I concur with that. Now, Paulie, don't get it twisted. I could be very, very wrong here. Um, I could be the one that's wrong. You could be the one that's actually right. What's up, Billy M? Let's go ahead and look. So, oh, I'm sorry for hitting the table. I'm going back to look right now, Paulie. Oh, hold on. Let me move this. There we go. So we're popping in right now. So, Paulie, this is going to be 1 week for you. And that's 1. That'll be 2. And then you split with Brandon. That's 3. What up, Chris? EG put a whooping on Belmo today. Ooh, wait a minute. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's 2. That's 3. And then you split. I think I have a spreadsheet. Tied once and 4 wins. I think you might be more right than I am. There's your tie right there. So your tie is 4. Yeah, because that's 62. Now we got to find it before that. The champion before that. Yeah, I think you're right. Wait. Sorry, I'm scrolling back to look. Anyways, it is. It's just fun. But don't worry, I still got something special for you. I think. Hmm. What up, Red? But either way, congratulations yet again, though. You're doing it big, man, and I appreciate it. That's why I'm gonna send you something special. Yep, Steve and Brandon. Who is Tim the Hardway? Who is that? Who is Tim the Hardway? Ain't that what it is? No, I'm sorry. It's the Hardway Bowling. Who is that? Is that you, Paulie? That's not you, is it? So I think the winners in concession was Rebs, Brandon, Steve, Tim the Hardway with his 63. Yeah, it was because it goes, yeah, Brandon, Steve, Tim the Hardway, and then Paulie, then your reign started, and you got four. It looks like you got four, but I'll go back when I got more details. But nevertheless, I'm looking forward to this game continuing because I think that with the end of the season coming and the beginning of and then we're going to do this big next year though. Next year we're going to do it big, 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 huge. And what I mean by huge next year is I'm going to have a championship shirt for every single week. So when we start the fall league for this, and y'all got my word on this. When we start the fall league, from week 1 to week 33, there will be a winner, and there will be a championship shirt sent out to the winner every single week. So every week, and it takes 5 days to process. It'll take 5 days. I already talked to him. I figured it all out already. There's going to be a 5 day gap that from me order to you get, and every winner will have their shirt sent to them within a 5 day period. So before the next champion is crowned, you'll already have your shirt. That's a fact. So we're like I said, we're gonna do it big. That way everybody know you the people's champ. You know what I'm saying? Now, what we put on the shirts, we have all summer to figure out, but we want to have our own champion crown. That way participation is a little more fun. And then again, we want to get as many people as active as possible. Now, Chris, thanks for ruining that for me because I was so busy editing, I didn't get a chance to see if Belmo or EJ who won, and that was what you call it versus the world, right? Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to see that yet because I was too busy editing. Now, for those of you, I did the Bionic versus the P2 in depth comparison, and it's not even close. Not even close. I hate the P2 more right now than I hated it before I did the comparison. I wish you never did it. Red said, I'm loving my Zero Mercy solid. Hey, and everybody come in, make sure y'all, put it up there that your boy is the people's champ. Yep, yep. Hold on, I got an idea. I got an idea. I got an idea. Yeah, how about them apples? Can I put it up there though? There it is. How you like those apples, ladies and gentlemen? I'm glad you like the zero solid though. It's not bad. It's just a solid to me. But with if you're a low ref player, then that solid zero mercy solids can do a good job for you. It'll dig in when you need it to. You see that, Paul? You see what I put up there for you, buddy? Y'all see that? Y'all see that Paul up there? That Paul rocking that? So yeah, so the P2 for me is a hot mess. I'm not the biggest fan of it. And oh, what's good, PC? It's better than consoles. I gotta stop saying that. Um, so so the P2 for me is a ball that when you want to go straighter, play straighter angles, that's the ball in which you want to throw. For me, if you want a ball, if you want to go left with the P2 and it's not on the burn or in transition, for me it doesn't work. And when I did the other day when I shot the the Bionic video, it was a little bit on transition. So the P2 looked okay. But I knew today the P2 was going to look like hot garbage, stinking hot, like a truck full of stale farts. It just, I knew it was going to be garbanzo. And it was wait till y'all see this. It was every bit of garbanzo that you can find. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I'm telling you, I think that ball's got a date with Rock River because I just, nope. So then I did the comparison today also, which I'm going to release as soon as we get off here. The Shadow Tank against the Concept. That I did. The Coach, well, what's your thoughts on the P2 Pearl? The P2 Pearl is different than the P2 Solid. The P2 Pearl is just as strong, if not a touch stronger. It reads the lane actually a little earlier, and it stores enough juice to turn a corner. So I think that that's okay. I like that ball. Um, do I use it in all? I, I think it's pretty good. That's what I think. I think that there's no difference between that and the amped. So I think that between that and the amp, I think there's a lot of similarities. Just to be honest with you, but the P2 Pearl is manageable, really manageable. I can score at that house shot, sports shot. It doesn't matter. But the phase, nah. And I know, like when I was in the video, I thought people are gonna be like, "Oh well, it must have burned up." No, because the heads weren't smacked yet. It was fresh. It was fresh. You know what I'm saying? It was fresh, and it was fresh and had no movement at all. Zero, zilch, nada. Nope. So, and then the concept in the tank. Now you guys are gonna be surprised on that one. Now, was anybody on the live on Friday? And you remember what I asked? Remember the question I asked about the concept? Can anybody put in the chat the question that I asked in the concept about the concept? Can anybody put in the chat for me what I asked? Let's see if anybody remembers. Let's see if anybody remembers what I put into the chat about it. Paul. Week 12, 15 was Revs. On the left, Steve. 6, 12, 22. Coach C, Crazy Cajun, 50, 12, 29. Tim, Cajun, week 56. Paul, well, Tex, 112. Paulie. I'm not, like I said, I was just scrolling through really fast, so I'll go back and look. But so far, you are undisputed champion. I like it. Okay, Paul, great. Because Paul said, how much can it retain? I just ordered a P2 Pearl for my brother in law for game 2, 3 after the Optimum Idol. I think it's stronger than the Optimum Idol. So that's going to be a weird combo. Oh, okay. Paul said, I went back myself. Yeah, I was just quick. Oh, you had to go back yourself. Okay. Okay. How much oil can it retain? That's the question I asked. Now, when I did the ball review on that ball, I only threw enough for one game, right? That's it. I threw 3 shots in league with it in practice, the first 3 in practice, and I was like, that ain't gonna work. And then I threw a full game with it. And then I did the comparison today. I threw 4 shots up 5. I threw 4 shots up 7. And then I got on a sports shot. Maybe I threw 3 and 3. Then I got on a sports shot on the next pair because I compared it on a house shot and a sports shot to figure out how close it would be to your thing. It's a little selfish of me to do it because I'm like, if it's gonna be like your thing, then hell, I'm gonna use it because I need one. I would like to something close for nationals just in case. So then I threw it on a sports pattern on a 39-foot, 32 mil pattern. And you know what? I'll be damned. Guess what happened? It stopped absorbing oil. Yep. So I threw about 6 shots, 7 shots, and then I threw another 4 or 5 shots or 6 shots. And then once we got to the end of the video, because I was still trying to figure out the difference, and there's a major difference. The difference is the concept. The concept is a solid. It's a reactive ball. So when it gets to the end of the pattern, it's actually storing energy, right? So what happens when a ball hits dry and stores energy? What happens to it? Anybody? Anybody get an answer to that? What happens to a bowling ball? I'll ask for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. What happens to a bowling ball when it stores energy and it hits friction? I'll wait. I think the entire bowling world is waiting for the concept versus the purple hammer. It's not a comparison. It's not. It's just not. Well, wait a minute. Purple hammer hooks more, but it hooks front to back more. I would also like to see the concept versus the Crown 78U. That might be interesting. That one might be interesting. But it's different. The 78U digs in early. The purple hammer digs in early. The shadow take digs in early. That's what your thing does. It digs in early. Only thing you have to do is get your angle right so that you get it to the pocket. Facts. However, this ball is different. It's different in a obscene way. Because again, I asked an easy question and I'm not seeing the answer in the chat, which is kind of weird because normally you guys are on it. What happens to a ball that stores energy and hits dry boards? What happens to it? Now remember, it's an education channel, so there is no right or wrong answer. But anyway, what happens to a ball when you throw it and it doesn't dig in and it slides and it stores energy and then it hits dry? What happens to the ball? And I'm just asking for a friend. And if you're not sure, then you can watch the video as soon as we get off the live because I'm going to drop it. And at the end of the video, you're going to see a big difference. Huge difference. Like a 8-9 board difference. Huge, astronomical difference between the shadow tank and the concept. That's right, Red. It takes off left. It stores energy, gets off from the wet to the dry, and it turns left. That's right. And the crazy thing about the concept is not that it turned left, but it turned left and it was really fast. Actually, it's a lot faster than I thought it would, which is odd. Well, it's not odd. I mean, it's a reactive bowling ball. I know they say it's supposed to act like urethane, but in that regard, nah. I also want to see how B7 responds to the concept. They're probably laughing. That's what B7 is probably doing. They're probably laughing right now. Because if you think let's go 3 games, after 3 games, that it's not absorbing, If you think that I have the only ball that's doing that, I'm gonna say you're mistaken. Now, could I have a defect? Could my ball be defective? Sure. But I'm telling you, I threw the shot and it came back and it looked like the shadow tank with the oil on it. And it wasn't absorbing it. Now, I guess they could say that, it's not because I was bowling on a higher volume that it wouldn't suck it in, but the first 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shots I threw on a sports shot, it didn't have an O ring. Like you can see the track, but the O ring was absorbed, and then it just slowly stopped absorbing it. So I was talking to Coach A about it. He's like, reach out to Storm and see if you just got something that's defective because uh, A was like, they advertised that ball to be able to absorb, and I said, yeah, they did, but they never specified how many games. And he was like, yeah, but 3 games, there's no way. He's like, that's got to be an error. That's got to be an issue. And he was like, I think that you get 50 games, 60 games, 70 games the before the cover absorbs enough oil that it's maxed out. But I haven't read it. I've been looking. I was looking since I've been home, and I haven't found anything that where they say how many games or how much consumption the ball will absorb. So I don't know. And so here's what I also did. So from the last shot with the concept I threw, I didn't wipe it off. So I left it and then I set it on the ball cut when I was packing up everything just to see if it would absorb it or not. And the whole time I cleaned up. Now, remember, I'm taking all the lights down, everything. I disassembled everything, lights, everything. Took the balls, made sure I put everything back, tables back, put the cords away. I did everything. And that takes about 30 minutes for me to break everything down. And when I went back, the oil was still sitting on the ball. So I don't know. By April, we will have the answer. By April, we'll have the answer to what? I mean, I'm looking for the answer right now. Here's the deal. I was like, I was thinking about buying. I was thinking about buying another concept and just making it very weak because it's got a strong cover, and making it. I was thinking about making it 3.5 inches to make it max, and then putting it pinned down too. I know it's kind of defeating the purpose to have something max flare and pin down, but I was thinking about doing it to see if I can't get it to dig in early, because But now that I'm seeing the behaviors of it not absorbing like it was originally, um, I don't know if I'm going to do it or not now. And then on top of that, so when I was also bowling with it, the only thing that I did with it is put surface on it. So from the house shot to the sports shot, I wanted to make sure that I put the same surface on the shadow tanks and that. And so the only thing I did is put surface on it. Unless putting surface on it ruins the cover, but I didn't see a warning that came with the box like don't put surface on it. Yeah, I mean, we'll know when it comes out and people start throwing it, and then I mean, if we start seeing a whole lot of my issues, Storm might have a smart problem on their hand. However, here's the thing: they're not saying how many games you're going to get. They're not saying how long it's going to absorb. They're not saying if you're going to get the same reaction once you bake it. They're not saying I don't see anything, and I'm not knocking it because I think the ball's pretty good. I mean, I think it's pretty good. What I use at the USBC Nationals, I don't know yet. It depends. The reality is I'm just looking for answers right now. You know what I'm saying, guys? That's all. But there's also another reality. There's another reality that I may never touch that ball again. Here's why. So I got 3 tanks, and I probably end up getting more for regionals. But right now in the tournaments I have, I can run urethane. I can run my shadow tanks. I shouldn't say urethane. My shadow tanks, I can run those. And then when they transition, I'll go into something different anyway. And if I'm gonna bowl in the Masters qualifiers, which I won't be able to use urethane, I'm gonna use um ion maxes. Like I said, I got ion maxes at 3.5 inch pins that dig in. I mean, they dig in at 12, 13 feet. So, and I'm really good at speed control. So I will be using those as opposed to using the concept. Now, if I can get some answers and clarifications, because maybe I'm doing something wrong to make it do that or something, I don't know. Then maybe I might change my thought process and see about changing things up. But the bionic is insane. That ball is I can't. So for me, it's going to be Ion Max, and then bionic is the next step down from that one. So that's pretty good. And the crazy part is that ball's just insane to me. Um, and the best part is right as of right now that P2 Pearl will sit right underneath that bionic. I mean, they would boom, 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 boom. So yeah, they'll fit all together. So there's a surprise in the video too that you guys are gonna be like, what? No way. Yeah, there's a surprise in the video. I can't tell y'all what it is. I can't. Y'all need to go watch it and see. But there's a surprise in the video, and y'all gonna be like, no way. Just remember, I'm telling y'all right now, Sean is responsible, 100%. The man behind all the creativity, the perfect fit, the rig, everything. He didn't came up with something else. So I'm just telling y'all, when y'all watch these videos, y'all gonna be like, no freaking way. Others are saying that the Bionic is a hybrid P2. You're absolutely not. The videos that I'm gonna drop as soon as I get offline, Red, I'll be putting the Bionic versus the P2 out as soon as we get off, and then I'll be putting on the Phase 2 versus the Shadow Tank. I'll be putting that out too. Yeah, so the P2 versus the Shadow Tank, and then the Bionic versus the Phase 2. And to answer that question, PC, no. That's hot, 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 hot garbage. Nope. I think the Bionic is the hybrid to the Ion Max. That's what I think. I think that the Ion Max and the Bionic is the hybrid for the Ion Max. I think that ball is superior to the P2 in every way. Now, that's just my opinion, so you don't have to feel the same way I do, but I'm just being honest with you. I think the Bionic is better than the P2 in every way, shape, or form. I mean, not even close. I'm so high on the Bionic that I put the Bionic in the Magic Gym realm. Now, is the Bionic as strong as the Magic Gym? I'm going to say no. Is it as good? I'm going to say, oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. The Magic Gym was the truth. I mean, everybody threw that thing. I mean, the Magic Gym was everywhere. The Bionic is just as good. Well, you get a chance to watch Red. As soon as I get off, they're already ready to go. So it's just a matter of putting one up, and then I'll wait 30 minutes and then put the other one up. That way I can get them in or try to get them into the algorithm. What up, fam? Everybody doing well? Evening, coach. Would you use the Phase 2 Pearl or the Bionic after the Phase 2 Solid? I wouldn't use either one of them after the Phase 2 Solid. Nope. Absolutely, positively, absolutely not. I wouldn't use either one of them after the Bionic. No, I'm sorry. I wouldn't use them after the phase 2 because I would use the bionic in place of the phase 2. I would use it above the phase 2. So for me, if I was go Ion Max, bionic, and then phase 2 Pearl, I wouldn't even bother with the phase 2. Phase 2 don't even belong in the. No. I'm sorry, Larry. I know you like the phase 2, but the phase 2 for me wouldn't even be in the bag. It wouldn't even be in the at the lanes. And if it was, it was in somebody else's bag because it definitely wouldn't be in mine. The P2 Pearl is slightly earlier, stores more energy, gets around the corner better than the P2. The Bionic is just a better ball than the P2. Now, but wait, there's a catch though. There's a catch to this. If you're playing straight up the boards, the P2 is better. If you're going to be moving left and shaping it any kind of way on fresh, the P2 is hot garbage. Now, if you're going to try and shape the P2 in transition, you can be okay. Like when I threw it in that bionic video, by the time I threw that P2, the lanes were in transition. So there was less oil, there was more dry, so it read, got around the corner. But you'll see in the video today that I'm dropping against the bionic where there's all the full shots together, where because there's oil, that phase 2 don't do nothing. It just slides through the brake. And I know what you're going to say. Go ahead. Did you put surface on it? Oh, yes, I did. Right there live for everybody to see. And guess what? It slid straight through the breakpoint anyway. Because the phase 2 is not that kind of monster. Now, and then here's what's funny. Then I moved right and threw it straight up the boards. Splash 10. I mean, hit harder than a Mack truck. Because that's what I feel like that's what it's supposed to do. Is roll straight up the boards. So that's the only time that ball's successful that I've seen is when you want to play straight up the words with it. But the Bionic is so much more dynamic. The P2, so is the P2 Pearl. They got the P2 Pearl right. And the Bionic is just, it's got the same shape as it. Coach A believes it's got the same shape as the Ion Max. Me, I think it's close. And the Bionic is just really dynamic, though. I mean, that ball is something beast mode. And I know somebody's gonna ask, is that ball going into your bag? Absolutely, not even close. Not even close. Yeah, I gotta have that ball in my bag. I would be doing a great injustice to my bowling game if I didn't have that in my bag. I mean, but the P2, no. I just I can't even make that up anymore, man. That stuff is just insane to me. But you guys get to see for yourself, though. I mean, you're gonna get to see all of it. And here's the crazy part, right? That NRG, that is the same cover that's on the Ion Max. So it is a strong cover. You know what I mean? It's a very strong cover. I don't think I've ever seen that core been used before though. That's in the Bionic though. I'm not sure I've ever seen that core on in anything. But that's just but again, I could be wrong, but the cover is the same as the Ion Max. And that's probably why it reads the way it do. Because the Ion Max uses the elemental max core, but the Bionic uses like the like a torque core or something. I don't know. Maybe I should look it up and see, but the core is not the same though. Yeah, I think it's like a torsion core, torsion AI or something. Um, I'm not sure what that looks like either. I haven't looked at it. What? Such a hater. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, Senor Larry. Larry said, "What? Such a hater." That's how I rose straight up the boards. So the pro would be better. Just asking for a friend. No, the solid is better if you want to roll straight up the boards. The pearl you can do everything with. But I've never tried to roll the pearl straight up the boards. I'm always shaping a lane when I'm in the pearl. So I've never really tried to roll straight up the. Yes, I have. I bowled in a tournament to a straight up the boards. It did okay. It did okay. If you're good with speed control, yeah, it did okay. But the phase two, the original is only good for me. It's only good going up straight up the boards. Everything else, it's nah. It's a no no. But that's the catch 22. You Larry, you ain't got but trust me, you ain't gotta believe me. All you gotta do is watch and see for yourself. As soon as I got away from being straight, oh, that P2 looked like garbage. I'll tell you what, Larry. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. After the second zone of that video, you're gonna be like, "Yep, that probably ain't gonna make it home with Coach C. That's probably gonna go on Rock River." Watch. You're gonna say it to yourself like, "Uh oh, we won't be seeing that P2 again." Watch, watch, Larry. Watch. You're gonna shoot me a text message and say, "Coach, I know I might be a little late, and I'm sorry, but you probably threw it in the garbage, didn't you? You probably threw it in the river, didn't you?" Watch. Facts. So just so y'all know, Tayshawn is gonna do the Tayshawn said yes, he's gonna do the ball review on the track stealth mode. So he's gonna do that. And then Adrian's gonna do some of the other stuff. What up, Jeff? I have a phase two always. I feel the same. He said I gave my phase two away. Cause that's it. It's only good if you playing straight. If you have to shape it with that ball and the lanes are not in transition, you're done. Larry, the P2 is a more the P2 Pearl is more versatile ball. Joshua, whoever that is, said he replaces P2 with the P2 Pearl in his tournament bag. And he needs that P2 look just to put surface on. Hey, yeah, now that's a smart man. I can't even argue with what he's saying. Because that P2 Pearl is a lot more versatile than the phase two. It just is. That phase two is not very good. I can't wait. I love what I'm seeing from a few stealth mode videos. Let's go, Tay. Yeah, Tayshawn can spin it with the best of them, so he should do all right. I will watch it for sure. I trust you, coach. Hey, it's not about trusting me. Trust your eyes. Hey, Larry, it's like you ever watch boxing? You ever watch boxing? So when you watch, if for those of you that don't watch sports or don't watch boxing, if you would turn on and watch boxing, the commentators can make you think somebody won a fight that just didn't. Because commentators in boxing are dirty. They just not very. They're dirty. Did I just say that out loud? They dirty. Okay, dirty, nasty, funky, dirty. They get paid off. They crooks. That's boxing is dirty. But the moral of the story, what I'm trying to say to you is if you want to watch a ball and see how good it is, sometimes you got to turn the volume off. Sometimes you got to turn off. Even if you turn mine off, sometimes you have to do that. And I'm telling you, trust your eyes. Your eyes is going to tell you when you watch this video and you watch that P2 slide to about 46 feet, you going to know, oh, hell no. That's exactly what you're going to think. Whoa, what just happened with that? Now listen, I'm not EJ Tackett, okay? But we all know my rev rate is not light. My rev rate is not little. We all know this. And I'm telling you, I throw the ball, the I threw the ball, the bionic, and then I threw the same exact spot with the P2. The P2 just kept going and going. And Man, I felt like I was in that Inner Johnson Money commercial. Hey, Sean, I told him, no, no, no. Hey, you can't give it away. You can't give it away yet. I told him they got to watch the video to see it because they ain't going to believe it if I tell them. Stealth mode for me was way better than the phase 2. I believe that. Sorry, I'm late to the game here. I was working on the second pro. Right. I know you was working on it. But Sean, I ain't tell them yet. I told them they got to watch it or they ain't going to believe it. You didn't give nothing away. I didn't want you to give it away, though, is what I'm saying. Guys, this is Sean. This is the guy who engineers all the great stuff. So give him a shout out. The perfect fit, the perfect SU, the targeting system, everything. This guy's behind it. So show Sean some love. But listen, if I would tell them, they'd be like, whatever. So I ain't gonna tell them. I'm gonna just post the videos as soon as I get off here and let them see it for themselves. Hey, and when y'all see it, make sure y'all tell everybody about it. Cause this is something that y'all wanna, y'all wanna get out there. Because this is hot. This is coming in hot right here. I'm telling you, the P2 is bad business. I don't like the P2. Hey, Sean, you was there today when I was throwing the P2 and the Bionic, and the P2 was just going like it wasn't reading the lane at all. He was there. Sean witnessed it. Sean seen all of it. I saw his video. He made a lot of sense for what he was looking for. Josh gave the Bionic a 10 out of 10. Is it 10 out of 10? I agree. The Bionic is a 10 out of 10. The phase 2 is a 1 out of 10. Okay, because you can play straight with it, let's go 2 out of 10 for me. Great job, Sean. Very impressive work from one engineer to another. Yeah, Sean is the man. Yeah, the P2 didn't work for you. It didn't. It didn't. It did not. Hey, and I'm gonna tell y'all another thing. Sean was there as a witness. I was mad as hell. Listen, it's very seldom that I lose my composure. I got mad as hell. I listen. You're gonna see it in the video. Oh, I got mad as hell. Oh, I got mad as hell. I was like, and you guys telling me that this is good? Oh, I did. I got mad. Oh, I got mad. Graham in the building. What's up, my guy? I don't know if I can take all this P2 bashing. I don't care if you can take it or not. It sucks. You my guy, but we have to agree to disagree. I missed the concept conversation. What do you think of the concept, coach? I think that the concept should not be compared to any urethane because the concept, even drilled super strong, it slides, it stores energy, and at the coming from wet to dry, it jerks left. I mean, woo, woo, woo. And I think the concept can be good, but I would say don't use it in a urethane S situation. If you wanted to throw a ball that in the urethane S situation, I would take an Ion Max, drill it a 3.5 inch pin. I would drill it to dig in ASAP, like 3.5 inches at max flare, and I think that's your best bet. I think my concept through 3 games stopped absorbing. And it's in the video. You'll see it yourself. I bowled 3 frames with it at league. I bowled 1 game to do the ball review. And then I bowled today. I bowled 6. I think I bowled 6 or 8 shots with it on a house shot. And then I moved over to the sports shot where it really matters for me. But I wanted to do both in one video. And then when I went over to there, I think I may have bowled, I don't know, maybe 14 shots with it. And then at the end of the video, I noticed it stopped absorbing. So I was like, But Sean was there. You don't listen. Here's the thing, guys. Y'all don't have to take my word for it. You can watch the video, but Sean, who's in the chat, He was there with me because we were testing out something that you guys are gonna see. That's right, Graham in the building. Graham, what say you? Can the P2 be replaced with the Bionic or the P2 Pearl? I know, Graham. I feel. Listen, man, y'all crazy. You were going to buy another concept and drill it for your revs. I was thinking about it, but here's the thing, though. I don't know because if it's Sean, you was there when it wasn't absorbing the oil. If it's not going to if it's not going to absorb the oil like they said, then how do I purchase that? How do I purchase another one? I mean, I need more information. I need to know why it's not absorbing it through 3 games. That's what level does for me. It lane shines so fast, it goes long and flies off friction. Yep, 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 yep. Take Sean is new stealth mode going to take place. Others what? Sean's got all the stealth modes, so he can put them all on a lane at the same time. You know, show one after another. He's got them all, so that shouldn't be a problem for Sean anyway. If that's what you were asking, Red, but I'm not tracking. But yeah, so had a little bit of problem with that. Hey Graham, I got a question for you. When you're using your P2, are you playing straight up? Are you playing straight up the lanes, straight up the boards? Because if you're playing straight up the boards, then I mean it's fine. It's when you want to shape the lane that it's not working. It just slides through the point. I mean, I got the video footage to show you. And again, guys, I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I was kind of pissed off today, and that don't happen for me. But that ball agitates the hell out of me because off my hand. How many of you guys can do this? Off your hand, you know if you're gonna get to the pocket. How many of you can do that? How many of you guys throw a shot and you know it's good when you let it go? I know I can. With that ball, I don't know nothing. I'd be better off picking up a brick and throwing it at the pins and knowing better than the P2. How many games do you have on a P2? On that P2, 10. 10. On that P2, 10 games. Without question. He said without question, and I'm a 140 average bowler. Yeah, that's something that you know. Well, that ball, it just don't rock with me. Maybe I got a P2 curse, maybe for throwing them in the river. Maybe there are none of them like me. The whole family's banning me or something. I don't know. But I don't care because I'll throw that in the river too. I had to catch myself. Y'all see that? Every time I think about that ball, it gives me anxiety. You believe that mess? It's that hot garbage on a stinking hot summer Sunday. That ball's like a truck full of stale farts, just stinking. And everybody like that's the goat. The goat of what? Mm-mm. No, the Bionic or the P2 replacement. Wait, no, the Bionic or P2P replaces the P2. In my opinion, I've listened to be said you can't go left with the P2. That's just not true. That ball is more versatile than many other balls. Numbers say the same. I don't see it. But hey, that Graham, I don't see it. I don't see it. The only way I can go left with that ball is if the lanes are in transition. That's it. And they have to be transitioned enough. My first 5 games, phase two, were pretty good. After that, I resurfaced it, and it doesn't matter. I'm telling you, if the laser transition, I can do whatever I want with that ball. If they're fresh, if I'm not throwing straight up the boards, it ain't gonna do nothing. And here's a funny part: if I'm gonna be left, there's a lot of other balls I would like to throw that are better than a P2 for me. Now, am I telling? Did did anybody hear me say one time nobody else used the P2? However, danger zone, I can play every air on the lanes with that, and it strikes, man. Because that danger zone is wickedly, deceptively strong. I mean, that thing just hooks. That's what I say. If you like the P2, get it. P2 gave me flashbacks when you tested the TNT. You know what? It does, doesn't it? Because that's another ball that really pissed me off. Um, listen, this is reality. This is what I'm gonna say. If you want to throw a P2, throw it. If you good with it, that's awesome. Because I'm probably good with bowling balls that you not. And it's vice versa. Everybody has something they match up with. I just don't match up with that ball. And I don't know why. And maybe there's maybe there's no reason why. And that's okay. I'm not mad about it. I got listen, do you understand how many bowling balls I got? So do you think I'm gonna be mad about that one not working? No. If I never threw a P2 again, would I be angry? No. Absolutely not. No. Now, if you told me I can't throw an Ion Max again or a Magic Gym again, then I might cry a little bit. You might see me a little sad. Coach, it's spot on again. Danger zone hooks. That ball hooks. I'll put it this way: I haven't found a surface where the danger zone don't hook. Well, coach, that's how bowling transition. Wait, coach, that's how bowling transition works, right? Don't you follow transition? Of course, you don't move until. Well, yeah, that ball is good until you. That ball is good until you get deep, deep. No, Graham is good until I get the 15 to 5. As soon as I go 15 to 5, it's done. To each his own. That's not what it is for me. Hey, nah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so Graham, check this out, right? The Max Trill Pearl for me is what the P2 is for you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad that you ain't bossing the Max Trill Pearl. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has their own thing. What you think of the Evoke Solid compared to the Magic Gym and Ion Max? Not even close. Not even close. You mean the Mayhem? The Evoke Mayhem? Or the regular Evoke? Because neither one of them are close. Neither one of them are close. Jeff, so wait, there's two different Evokes, right? There's the hold on, yeah, because there's the Evoke Mayhem, and then there's the Evoke Solid. The Mayhem and the regular Evoke, neither one of them are in the same. They're not in the same ballpark as the Magic Gem and the Ion Max. No sirree, Billy Bob. No sirree. Yeah, no. So the Evoke Mayhem, Jeff, is not. They're both. So the Evoke and the Evoke Mayhem, I'm gonna say, are pretty close to each other, and but they're both a step down from the Ion Max and Magic Gem. The Ion Max and Magic Gem, in my opinion, are probably one and two. So in the history of all the bowling balls I've ever thrown, and Graham is probably somewhere around here too. But Graham's been bowling longer than me, so his might be a little different. For me, the strongest bowling balls I've ever thrown, the top three, Magic, the regular gym, and then Magic Gym and Ion Max right underneath it. Strongest I've ever thrown. And then so it's King, and then 1A, and then 1B, not 2, but 1B would be the no, I'm wrong. God dang it. It goes Gym, Magic Gym, Ion Max, Jackal Ghost. Them three balls are 1A. Not 2, but 1A. And then 1B, but not 2, is the Jackal Onyx. What else? Jackal Onyx. Yep. Jackal Onyx. And then after that, you got everything else. Oh, I'm not upset, coach. You're just giving your opinion. And I'm just telling you, oh, I know. That's why I appreciate you, Graham. I appreciate your opinion. I appreciate all your opinion. You know what I'm saying? This is not just coach based. This is all of us based. What up, everybody? Just practicing now. 2:45 first game. Good job, Steve. Way to go. Hey, Graham, what do you think about what I just said about the strongest balls you ever throw? Because if you say the gym ain't the strongest you ever thrown, I got to hear what is, because the gym is just, there's no other. And then the Magic Gym. And the crazy part about the Magic Gym is the Magic Gym is 2 part solid, 1 part pearl. But it's wow strong. But it's not strong as the granddaddy of all the gym. And then you got but you got your little group with the gyms though, like the Jackal Ghost, you know what I'm saying, the Ion Max, and then you got your Jackal Onyx that's a step down from them. And then so if the Jackal Onyx is 2, then you got your Evoke Mayhems and all of those starting to be right there at 2. You know what I'm saying? Because 1B would be the Onyx, and then 2s would be like the Mayhem and stuff like that. The Forge. Um yeah. Now we'd have to separate the classes though, because we'd have to separate the asymmetricals and the symmetricals, because the symmetricals is a ballpark by itself. Like the strongest symmetrical bowling ball I've seen to date is going to be the Rafter Ray, not even close. And then you'd be able to go to your Vengeance, and yeah, then you'd be able to go to stuff like the Vengeance and stuff like that. But he said, I agree with that. When I was still in the gym, I was on staff. When I got off, I threw the Jackal Ghost. And man, they sure are mighty close. They are. That ghost is strong too. No, I agree with you. That gym and that's why I put that Jackal Ghost that 1 tier down though. Like it's King and then 1A. You know what I mean? So if you wanted to go like the Jackal Ghost and that gym as kings, you could do that. But for me, that gym just read about a half a foot earlier than that ghost. I mean, holy smokes, that thing, whoo wee. And the crazy part is, you can still get a Jackal Ghost. And you know what, Graham? It might be this too. It may be a favorable eye thing for me, because remember, I like to see the core kick. With the gym, I could see it. With the Jackal Ghost, I can't really, because of the color variants, I can't really pick that up very well. So that could also have to do a little bit with why I favor the gym over the Jackal Ghost. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait till one day when the manufacturers will release a ball and say for a special cost we can make it a different color. That would be awesome. I've never had to throw it. I've never had the opportunity to throw any gems, but I would have loved to though. Man, I'm telling you, you don't know what you're missing. Hey, you know I still got my magic gem. I got 2 of them, 3 of them. Yes, sir. You gotta have backup. Listen, when you find a good ball, you need backups. Backups. The only thing I regret is I ain't got no backups at the Magic Gym. Hey, but Larry, hey Larry, you can still get the Jackal Ghost. The Jackal Ghost is still on sale. It's still, that Jackal Ghost still on sale, and that's right now. That Jackal Ghost is one of the top. So you can only get, so out of that list of bowling balls that I said, Gym, Magic Gym, Ion Max, and Jackal Ghost, the four strongest balls I've ever thrown. Asymmetrical, symmetrical, the four strongest. You can still get two out of three. You can still get the Ion Max and the Jackal Ghost. And the Ion Max is 174, and I think the Jackal Ghost is right about that same price on Bowler's Mart. Anyone see EJ beat up on Belmore earlier today? No, but I'm going to watch that when I get off. You guys know how to really, really, just throw that out there. Just stir in the pot. But you guys make sure that you watch this tonight. These videos as soon as we jump off. Make sure y'all watch them because I'm telling y'all gonna see something. Be like, okay, Sean, you done did your thing, bruh. Yeah, Sean done did his thing, and yeah, y'all gonna see me get a little mad. I don't want to. Hey, I don't. I don't. I don't want to hear no. I don't want to see no baby crying emojis either. Okay, guys, and none of that stuff. No baby crying emojis. No woo. Coach C got angry because it did. And you'll be able to see it too. Oh, I got mad. I think at one point I was like, I don't know what y'all see. What's wrong with you? I felt bad because Sean's back there like, for real. Sean back there shaking his head like, putting his head down like, Sean like, I don't know him. I don't know him. I'm serious. I'm serious as a hiccup, man. I can't even lie, man. I was mad as hell. I did. I was mad as hell. Y'all don't even know. I was mad. Mad. So when y'all watch this, I don't want to hear no coaches mad. Nah, y'all better for real. Red said I wouldn't do that to him. I'm serious. And Sean was back there like, and Sean's my guy, but I felt bad for him because after I got mad like that. Because we was testing it out, and you guys are gonna see what we were testing too. But serious as a heart attack, man. I was mad as hell. I'm like, I don't know what y'all seeing. I don't know what y'all thinking. This ball sucks. I don't have any motive balls. Was looking at the nebula, but we'll check into a coach. Larry, I'm gonna tell you this. Larry. I need you to listen to me, Mr. Tripp. I'm gonna need you to listen. If you go motive, you're not going back. If you go motive, you're not going back, Mr. Tripp. So listen, it's like doing heroin. If you get on that dragon, you're going to be stuck. So my best advice to you is don't do it. Now, yeah, you know what, Larry? I had a little emotional damage earlier today when I was filming that. Emotional damage. That's exactly how I felt. Facts on facts, man. I'm serious. I was mad as hell. You're doing yourself an injustice. Like, hey, Graham, tell him, Graham. Once he do it, tell him, Graham. Once you throw that motive, you won't be throwing no B7s no more. You'll be looking at storm balls going, listen, I could have loved you. We could have been great. But, I gotta go. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you for a friend. I'm just telling you for a friend, Larry. You see that? My boy right here, PHO, said, look, motive covers seem to last longer. They do. Hey, Larry, listen to me. Don't do it. Hey, Larry, I know you seen that movie Get Rich or Die Trying with 50 Cent. You remember the rules? Don't take the panties off this. That's motive. Don't do it, dog. Don't do it, Mr. Nice. Mr. Nice said nebula and rain all day. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, Larry. So I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. I don't know if any of y'all know this. So some of y'all got to know me personally on a personal level. Like Too Tall will get to know me on a personal level when we go the nationals. I am very different and I'm very difficult. I'm hard headed and I'm stubborn. I don't like to be told no and I don't like to lose. I don't take authority either. If you tell me up, I'm going down. If you say left, I'm going right. And here's the reality. My mom has gave me the best advice any mother could ever give her son. And everything that my mother has ever told me to do, I do complete opposite. Now, I just told you that my mom gives me the best advice, and she's never wrong. And I know she ain't wrong, and I still do the opposite. Do you know why I do the opposite? So there was this lizard and a frog, right? There's a scorpion and a frog. And the scorpion says to the frog, "Hey, can you give me a ride across the river?" Frog said, "No, you ain't killing me." Scorpion said, "How much sense does that make? If I sting you, then we both die. I'm not trying to die." Frog said, "That makes sense." So the frog said, "Hey, okay, jump on." So the scorpion jumps on the frog's back. They're swimming across the river. And the scorpion looks down and stings him. Whack. The frog looks up at the scorpion as they're sinking and he said, "But why? You're going to die too." Scorpion said, "Because it's my nature. It's just my nature to do the opposite." You get where I'm going with this fella? So I'm just bad business. Larry, I'm telling you, this time do the opposite. Don't do it. Leave motive alone. The only motive I had was the the LE. I still have it. It's a 14 pound. I can't throw it. All of mine are 14 pounds, Larry. I admit it. I like 14 pounds. 15 pounds is too much work. The reality is I can't tell the difference between 14 and 15. What up, GB? Look, everybody know what time it is to leave when GB show up. Y'all ever notice that he show up as we exited? But we gonna stay on a couple minutes a day though. We just gonna bother GB a little bit. But Larry, listen. You go ahead and go get a motor ball. I should send you one. I should send you one emotionally damage you. All yeah, you hate me for that. Why you gonna send me the code? Nah, you gotta buy more. Cause it's my nature. It's my nature. So, what's everybody thinks ball of the year so far? We are in February, right? Yep. February 15th. What do y'all think is ball of the year so far? Let's do this. Let's do ball of the year and then I can get off. And then I can post these videos and let you guys see me show my emotional damage. And not to mention, y'all gonna get to see something very special. Very, very special. Street rally so far for me this year. Sleeper. Yeah, I'm gonna sleep on that. Paul, no, I'm not. Hey, Paul, wait. Paul, why do I want to stink? You're not on staff, are you? I think I think the Hardway's on staff with Swag. Who's on staff with Swag? I think it's the Hardway's on staff with Swag. The Danger Zone. Okay, I can see that. No, I throw a lot of stuff. Okay, then it's the Hardway. GB in the building. That guy show up last minute of the party. He do. He a party crasher. Nah, Posse throw it there. Okay, then it's the Hardway is on staff with Motive with Swag. I ain't even make fun of him. So you know I'm not trying to emotional damage nobody. I had a bad day because of that P2. You know what? You know what I should do? I should I should send Storm a bill for traumatizing me with the emotional damage of the P2. I try swag. It don't work for me at all. Don't work for me either. At all. Zero. Nope. Mm-mm. I'd rather a bag full of P2s and TNTs before I throw another swag. I'd quit bowling before I have to throw that stuff. For me, I think the Zero Mercy. My bad. Zero Mercy solid ball of the year so far. That's two Zero Mercies. Really? That's interesting. I don't even got a Zero Mercy anymore. I zeroed mine right out. You know what? The Mercy was so good to me that I zeroed it right out the door. I have one in the box on drill for 2 years. That is how well it worked for me. Yeah, I'm not doing that, cuz. I'm not. I'm good. Give me anything other than that. And I mean anything. I would throw your ball before I throw the yeah, before I throw swag. I'm not even. No. Nope. I would love for you to send me motive. My mom told me if anyone wants to send you a gift, accept it. Hey, you know what? I'm with you. No, I'm not. My dad told me don't ever accept gift from no one because you don't never know what strings are attached to it. Bionic and the concept is looking promising though. The Bionic is a 10 out of 10. Bionic is ball of the year right now. Not even close. There's nothing even close to it. The concept got holes in it. For example, GB, my concept stopped absorbing. We talk game we talking game one or can be used all three. We talking just period. It don't matter. I mean, are you talking about league, Mr. Mice? Are you talking about league? Because the reality, Mr. Mice, is technically you'd probably be able to stand the same ball in league all three games if you're I mean it unless your rev rate's in the 400s, you should probably be in a stay in the same ball all game, all day. So yeah, I'm yeah. So unless your rev rate is 450, 400 to 550, I imagine you should probably be able to stay in the same ball for a long period of time. I'll tell you a secret. If I'm going to shoot something monster like 800, if I'm going to shoot something monster like 800 series, I'm not changing balls to do it. Most of the time when I'm shooting something like that, I'm not changing balls. I mean, Paul, Graham, those, and I'm just naming guys who I know have really big scores previously. Um, I'll bet you those same guys will tell you when they're shooting 800s, 790s, stuff like that, they're not changing balls to do it. I'm gonna promise you that. When you're running hot with the bowling ball, you're not trying to change. Sorry, can't do it in February. I did today all three games with the hustle glow. Yeah. Graham said I couldn't agree more, 100%. You just don't. When you have to change balls, then that means you're looking for something. If that means if you're looking for something, you're not having a good night. I just put that out there. If you have to change balls more than twice, if you have to use more than two balls, you're not scoring well. Now, here's the catch. Depending on how good you are as a spare shooter, you can still shoot 600. But is 600 scoring well? Is 630 actually scoring well? I mean, it's average. Now I'm not minimizing anybody's game, nothing like that, but I'm saying if you're going to shoot, let's just say 750 or greater, then there's a 9 out of 10 percentage that you're just not going to change balls. That you already in what you should be in. And the reality also is if you're going to shoot that 750, 800, this is another secret. And Graham and Paul and them will tell you this too. On the nights where you're shooting 800, 790, those kind of nights. Now, 300s don't count. They're exception to rules. Because 300 is 7 great shots and 5 lucky shots. I'm sorry, it's luck carry. I mean, everybody knows it. But when you're shooting 790, 780, 800, not only are you not changing balls, but the reality is your movement with your feet is also very minute. That's that night where just your matchup just really match up with the lanes, and even your movements are going to be minuscule. Like you'll stay ahead of transition with this size moves. You know what I'm saying? I can't stress that enough. And most people don't understand how that works, but it's very rare that you shoot 750 or greater, or let me go 770 or greater, and you're moving 12, 13 boards. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't. It's very small percentage that you're going to shoot 770 or greater and you're moving 10 boards or 8 boards. It just normally doesn't happen that way. Again, normally when you're shooting your greatest scores, your movements are very small and you're in total control of the ball that particular day, and everything's just flowing. And I bet you Graham, and I know Graham and Paulie have had those kind of nights, so they can tell you that what I'm saying is just dead on. Here's the craziest part. I'll bet you this much. And I'm picking these two because I know the caliber bowlers they are. Not saying that everyone else ain't good. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. I'm also going to tell you this. I will bet you Graham and Paulie can come on live and tell you. Now they may not be able to mic up today and tell you, but I'm telling you this. Them two could probably mic in and tell you on a night that they shot 850. They had a better night of bowling and rolled the ball better on a night where they shot 630 than they did at 850. Where everything they threw on that 630 was magic off their hand. Everything crashed to pocket. And for some stupid reason or another, they didn't get the carry. Now, this is something that you guys have to understand because a lot of bowlers don't understand this. And yeah, I'm giving y'all some knowledge right now. So I need y'all to understand what I'm throwing at you. You can roll the ball great and not score. And you can roll the ball like hot garbage and shoot 800. It just happens that way. Unfortunately, that's bowling. And I'll bet you, Steve is another one. Steve will tell you the same thing. You can be light the hell out and scores don't reflect it. My highest score in series, I stayed with the same ball all night, 835 with the Mesmerize. Last few weeks, been all with the Street Rally. Maybe had to move 1 to 1.5 boards all night. See? I'm telling you. Paul, are you left-handed or right-handed? But see, I'm telling you, on those kind of nights, you're not moving a whole lot. There's just you're not. You found that one sweet spot and there it is. And if you're moving 5 boards, you're probably lost your window anyway. Graham said facts. It matched up. You don't need to change or move much. 1 or 2 boards most. Yeah, it's facts. It's facts. It's facts. If you got to make all these moves and all this stuff, you're done. But about the other thing I was saying, I'll bet you Paul and Graham can say that. There's nights where they walk out the bowling alley and they're at 6:30, 6:50, and they're like, man, I rolled the hell out the ball tonight. And the scores don't reflect it. And I'm telling you the same too, and Steve can say that too. And then I'm saying the same guys can walk out the bowling alley and be like, man, and they get in their car and they're on their way home because great bowlers are honest with themselves. They don't have to lie. Great bowlers will be like, damn, I rolled the ball bad today. How the hell I end up with a 750? Because it just happens. I mean, you just it just happens that way. It's not something you can control. It's not something you can anticipate. It just happens. It just does. You know what I'm saying? It just. But bowling, when you're bowling, and I'm gonna use a sports analogy before we jump off here, so I can load these up so you guys can watch them before 10 o'clock, which I'll make sure you watch them right away. Bowling. If anybody ever played baseball or talked to anybody who ever did, hitting a home run in baseball, it's one of the things that is weird because you don't feel it. When you hit a baseball on the barrel of the bat, you don't feel it. It's gone. It's 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 magical. You just don't feel it. And in bowling, when you're rolling, when you're matched up with the lanes, you're in the right ball and you're rolling, it's like a blur. I mean, seriously, it's like a blur. When you bowl 850, you don't even realize you're bowling it. You you're lost in the moment. I'm serious. Paul's 835. Graham's 860. I think that's what he said. They don't even remember it. They can't tell you. They can't. Now, what they can tell you is that game where they threw the ball really well and didn't carry anything, they can tell you all those shots. I can promise you that. But that game where they barely moved, where they threw that 860, 850, 835, it was smooth sailing. They don't even remember it because it wasn't, it was just there. It was just everything worked that day. You know what I'm saying? Where they threw the shot and they weren't even worried about anything. It was just, okay. I can agree with rolling good, scoring low, but rolling hot garbage and scoring 800. Oh, oh yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. I seen a guy 2 seasons ago. I seen a guy, Mister Mice. I seen a guy 2 seasons ago shoot at 300 in game one, and 7 out of his 12 shots were Brooklyn. I seen him in game two shoot 279. 8 out of his 12 shots were Brooklyn. I seen him shoot 267 in game three, and the front 8 were all Brooklyn. Out of them first 4 shots of game three, the Brooklyn was through the nose on the first 4 shots, and he carried them all. It was just his day. The craziest part about him is, Mr. Mice, the craziest part about him is his average is a 160. Still to this day, 160. A 160. Coach, did you see that the Theorem hybrid got discontinued? That's because the Stealth Mode hybrid came out? Yeah, I seen that. They're discontinuing balls at such a high clip just to sell others. It's insane. Both theorems at that. Yeah. But yes, so Mr. Mice, when I say you can shoot 800 rolling like garbage, I've seen it done. Am I saying it happens all the time? No. I'm saying this. I'll bet you Paul can tell you a night where he shot 700 and he rolled the ball very badly. Now, you got to understand something also, Mr. Mice. You got to understand something. When I say I rolled the ball bad, if okay, so if I do a ball review, right? And I roll a shot and it gives me 10 in the pit. If I don't say anything, you'll think I threw that ball where I wanted to, right? So to you, it's a good shot, but to me, I rolled it bad. Although it had a good outcome, it's still bad, right? Now, in a ball review, I can roll the ball and I can say that's good, and then I don't carry an 8-pin. That great shot end up being great Scott because I didn't carry it. You see where I'm going with this? So the dynamics is how I'm referencing. When I'm saying good and bad, I'm talking about to the sender, to the user. I'm talking about to me, to Graham, to Paul, to Steve. When we throw a shot, we know what we're looking for. Now, whether or not the outcome is good at the end of it has a lot to do with it. So if I'm playing 15 to 5 and I hit 15 to 5, 12 shots, and I only shoot 220, did I roll it good or did I roll it bad? Now, if I rolled 15 to 5 and I shoot 200 even and I had all 9 counts, did I roll it good or bad? Right? Some would say, well, I guess you rolled it bad because you're leaving 9 counts. Or some would say you rolled it pretty damn good because you had all 9 counts. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it was GB, it was both theorems. So that's what we're talking about. You get what I'm saying? Facts on facts. That's how we looking at the situation though. Is when we say good and bad, that's what we mean. It's not like we're saying we're rolling like EJ Taggett. You know, look at it this way: how many of you guys in the last couple of years watched a pro on TV throw the ball and it looked like he's throwing great and he ends up shooting a 199 or a 195 because he can't carry a 10 pin, right? You see it all the time. Now, when you address his game, do you say, oh, well, he bowled a bad game because he couldn't carry the 10? No. Well, I mean, you might say that. However, I wouldn't address it and say, okay, well, he bowled a bad game. No, he just didn't happen to carry and he couldn't figure out how to kick the pin out. So, I mean, that means he could be in the wrong ball. He can be in the wrong part of the lane. There's a lot of different things. But if he's hitting what he's trying to hit and he's not getting the outcome in which he wants, that doesn't mean he bowled badly. That don't mean he didn't roll the ball great because he was still in the pocket the whole time. So he's actually rolling it pretty good. It just not getting that favorable outcome. So with that being said, I'm going to jump off here because I need to post these videos. I do. I need you guys to watch these videos. And I'm gonna watch the EJ Tackett telecast too with him and Belmo, us against the world type thing. I'm gonna watch that, but I'm gonna post these videos. Make sure you do watch, guys, please, because there's something special in it that Sean developed that you guys need to see. And then also you guys can almost watch me have a nervous breakdown over the P2. So I'll post I'm just giving you guys for a warning. The first video I'm going to drop the two tanks versus the concept is long because it's on a house shot, then a sports shot. So I just want you guys to know that was long. And then the P2 against the Bionic, the one that almost gave me a nervous breakdown, I'll post that second. So guys, thank you again for tuning in. I will see everybody on Friday, but I'll post everything during the week. Again, thanks for tuning in, guys. Everybody have a good night.